do you even handle getting motivated when I'm getting a lot of behaviors from my son? I think even though the work is necessary, he doesn't want to do it, or he struggles with neural fatigue, brain fog. And so I know these play a part, but I'm not requiring much at all. Just a little bit of the basics at lower grade to achieve, suggest, and build confidence. So motivation.
So it sounds like she's on the right track. I would maybe set a time, either a time or a set amount that he's required to do. Some kids deal better with like a set time, and they know once that time is up, then they are done, whether they get one problem done or 5 problems done. And then the next time they come back to it, they come back and pick up back up where they left off. There's a lot of, can be said for repetition over, quality over quantity. Getting 5 minutes in of direct instruction and that really good lesson in is so much more meaningful than sitting for an hour and struggling over it.
Right.
And so I think you're on the right track with what you're doing, Lisa. I think that incorporating more interests. What is he interested in? Does he like to cook? Does he like to build? Does he like, what can you build into what you're doing to help raise that interest? I know like Write Shop has some great writing prompts and some story prompts and things like that are really interesting. And, if physically writing is an issue, then you can always have them do voice to text using Google Docs or using Pages on the iPad.
Right. Yeah.
And so those are always great tools. And there's, it's still writing. It's still getting your thoughts out. It's still getting your story out.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So, Dawn?
Like, I know when something is really hard for my daughter, I pick a game, like Connect 4. We do a few problems, then we play the game. Then we do a few problems, then we play the game. So she knows that if I get through this, then I get this. But he's older.
Reward-based, but yeah.
Reward-based. And I mean, I don't know what his, level is, but giving them something that is, encouraging for them, because some kids aren't encouraged by the same thing, or teach the skill through a game if they like games, or, say, hey, we get this done, then what are we working for today? I mean, as adults, we work for paychecks. We work for a lot of things. I get up in the morning because I know I'm going to have my coffee. So, that's my reward for getting up in the morning. So, how our kids are the same. Like, you get this done, then this is, I think because a lot of times what I notice in the classroom and in my house is when there's a frustration, when there's a skill that's harder, you are going to have behaviors because it's their way of pushing back, because they, learning hurts sometimes. Our brains, especially when you have special needs. I mean, my daughter will tell you, she's like, I'm just tired. I don't want to do it anymore. My brain hurts. Well, I'm sure that it does, because she has to work much harder than other people do. And I have to, I want to make sure that I acknowledge that and realize that, and so, if coloring a picture is really what she wants to work for, then we're going to do this. And, if something is you're doing that's not working, then just change it up in order to make it work. Maybe you fold the page in half and all he sees is half of the page, so it doesn't seem so overwhelming. And you're like, hey, this is all we got to do. And then it's like, sometimes that's just like that breath of fresh air, like, okay, I could get that many done. Or like take a whole page and X out a bunch of them. So they're like, hey, she took off half the page. And then they're like excited because Mom took the red pen and marked them all, so just do things that will make them go, hey, okay, this is not so bad. I can make through this.